Let me give this a shot here. What's up, fellas? Hey, what's going on, Alan? Quick Red Thoughts, Mark 72. You guys showed up nice and early. Good to see you guys. Welcome to Stock Watch Sunday. Holy crap, it's been a crazy week. Own the Chaos channel has blown up this past week, and it's been pretty awesome. It's about damn time, if I do say so myself. So welcome, folks. I know I got a lot of new people here. If you're tuning in to my first Stock Watch Sunday, if this is the first one you've ever seen, welcome. Happy to have you. What is Stock Watch Sunday all about? Let me go ahead and just kind of explain that real quick. First of all, my name is Brad. This channel is called Own the Chaos. It's not just about stock trading. It's also business-minded as well. You know, a long time ago, I realized that trading in the stock market, the world of finance, and paired up with business creates a crazy and chaotic mess. And so what I've been able to do is just kind of own some of it, and I'm continuing to own it, and then I'm sharing it with you. I'm sharing my struggles, my success, and, you know, the business side of it. We share our story via the Barcast with my partner, Christian. We go live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. The rest of the week is pretty much dedicated to the world of finance, stock market trading. That's what I do. That's my bread and butter. I love it. I'm in it every day. It's a wild and crazy ride. So we own the chaos. That is all of that stuff. Having said that, tonight's a special Stock Watch Sunday. So for the first time ever on Stock Watch Sunday, I have a guest. And it's actually my partner, Jake Amaral, who actually built the business that I run with him and Christian. And it's called We Trade HQ. So if you're not familiar with it, the links are down in the description below. We Trade HQ is a platform that's designed to help people who are looking to learn how to trade. Or have been trading for a while. It's just a place where traders can come together and share and learn, share ideas, and it really helps you become a better trader. We got all kinds of great tools, and again, it's free to join, and we're going to show you that in just a second. Jake's here with me. You can't see him just yet, but you will in a minute. And he's going to show you some of the updates that we've made. They're really cool, and we're going to guide you through the We Trade HQ platform, and just kind of give you a snapshot of what we've been up to as of late, and kind of give you a little bit of a glimpse of what's to come. So, yeah, what's going on, Decoy Aardvark? Good to see you. Let me welcome some more folks here. What's up, Alan? Gil, Jane, what's going on? Ryan, Jenny Stroh, good to see you. Hey, what's going on, Andrew? So not obviously we're going to be talking about We Trade. We are getting to stocks, by the way. We are getting to stocks. Stock Watch Sunday is just that, Stock Watch Sunday. So I actually split it up into two kind of little areas as far as Stock Watch Sunday is concerned. Going to go over some of the penny stocks. I love the OTC. I love OTC penny stocks. That's where, you know, I got my start. That's how I became a full-time trader, was trading OTC penny stocks. But I also realized that as my audience has been expanding, they've been requesting me to go over some of the bigger board stocks as well. So I've been branching out into that. And so there's a couple different setups that I think that you might see valuable from the big board side of things. So we're going to go over things like Roku, Tesla, Starbucks, a couple of other things. And then you can also ask me what stocks you would like me to go over. And if you would, you know, kindly just give me some sort of direction. Why do you see value in that particular stock? So it's not just give me your thoughts on insert ticker here. That's the only housekeeping rule that I kind of like enforce, is like, give me something to go off of. Otherwise, you'll just get skipped over. So having said that, let's see. Let me welcome some folks in here. Okay. All right. This is awesome. Good to see you guys. Trials, what's up, man? Liberty, hey, what's going on? Jennifer Lynn, good to see you, my dear. Sal, all right, cool. So, J Kaz, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen with you as per the usual, and kind of show you what we're all about. So, as you can see, Jake's up there in my right-hand corner.
How's it going?
And he's going to basically talk to you guys about some of the updates we have. So if this is the first time visiting my channel, first time you've ever been here, hopefully you can hear us both just fine. I'm sure somebody will let us know if you can't. But if this is first time visiting my channel, this is the platform that we're talking about. So We Trade HQ. What is it all about? Well, there's mentors here. Obviously, I talk about my mentorship a lot on my channel. We have Don, Young Money Investments, plenty of other ones to choose from, whatever fits your style of trading. There's courses, that sort of thing. Those are all the paid services, but there's so much free material that's on We Trade HQ. It's crazy. And so that's what we're going to talk about real briefly. I figured it would be a perfect time to do this only because Stock Watch Sunday seems to be the time where I have the most eyeballs on here. So I wanted to kind of just like let you guys know, that way I'm not like trying to, let people know here and there. So what you can do with We Trade HQ is that you can search your favorite ticker. For example, I just pulled up Apple. I'm going to let Jake kind of take the reins here and kind of let him tell you guys what he's been up to and how We Trade HQ can help you even further.
Awesome. All right, let's get started, Brad. So we've done a lot of new updates to We Trade HQ. I'm very, very excited for them and to show you guys what they're about. So we'll get started with one of the first updates that we added, and it's the ability to follow a stock. So you can actually search your favorite stock or cryptocurrency and follow it and see other people following it. So as you saw, Brad just clicked the follow button right under the Apple symbol there. So now he's following that stock, and it's actually added to his watch list in his portfolio. So it's an easy way to see what other people are following, and then also add your own stocks to your watch list and see them grow. The next feature we added was the portfolio. So you can actually add a stock to your portfolio. You can add an entry, an exit, amount. Was there any fees? Did you go long or short? And this is kind of like paper trading. You can kind of see how, say, a stock or a cryptocurrency did over X amount of time and see how much profit you would have made or would have lost, depending on what happened. And the prices are actually updated in real time. So when the market opens, if Brad were to enter that Apple stock at 227 there on Monday, it would update and it would show how much he's up or down depending on the market. So that's another feature we added. Right below the portfolio button, we have the followers. So you can see that there's 2 people following Apple stock. We can see the similar stocks to Apple, like Google, which is Alphabet, IBM, BlackBerry, Microsoft. So you can kind of see similar stocks in a similar sector. If, say, you wanted to invest in the sector, you get a nice, easy view for that. A couple other things we added at the bottom there, we added a company overview profile. So you can see some basic information about the company, like its symbol, what exchange it's on, the description of the company, the CEO, even the phone number and the address. Gets you a lot more transparency about the companies you're looking at and some really good information. The next update we added is dollar volume. So you can see that Apple had almost $8 billion in dollar volume on Friday. Dollar volume is basically the amount of volume times or multiplied by the share price. And it gets you kind of a really good a sense of how much the stock is being traded. And I know Brad in a lot of his trades is using dollar volume. So it's a really good feature to have. The next update we did was you can actually vote if a stock or cryptocurrency is bullish or bearish simply by clicking a button. So if Brad feels that Apple is bearish, he can click bearish. And we can actually see on the left profile there, the overall sentiment for Apple right now is buy. A lot of people want to buy. A lot of people are voting bullish. So this is kind of cool. You can kind of compete with your friends and also see how other stocks are doing, and maybe it helps you get a little bit of an indicator of what's going on with that stock.
Yeah, and I think it's also important, Jake, if you don't mind me stopping you real quick, that this sentiment is the We Trade HQ community sentiment. So this Correct. Is the people speaking. This isn't some, high level analyst out there that's giving us an upgrade or downgrade. This is us, the community. How do we think Apple is going to do, or whatever stock that it is that you're interested in? You can choose whether or not you think it's going to go up, and then we can kind of let everybody know, hey, Apple, the We Trade HQ community thinks that Apple is a buy. So
exactly.
I just thought that was cool. So you go ahead and continue.
Yeah, so it's unique to us. So that's a good point. And then the last, actually I have 2 more updates. So one of them was financials. We've added advanced financial data, such as PE ratio, revenue, gross profit, all of those things on the right there have been added. You can actually even see revenue per employee, which is really cool to see. For every employee, Apple seems to bring in $2 million revenue. So that's really cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot more great information for you to look at as an investor or a day trader. You can kind of see that information. So I think that was really cool. And then the last update I wanted to talk about is on the forum. You can actually format your posts now. When you're posting your DD, your due diligence, you can make it neater and easier to read with that. So you can see on the top, you can make, bold, you can make it italics, you can kind of indent it. A lot of nice features to make your post easy to read instead of just, say like a Twitter post, you can't really format it. This allows you to do that.
Awesome.
Yep. I think that's everything, Brad.
Yeah, so this is a pretty major update for us guys. I'm just going to switch back over, Jake,
Sure.
and so thanks, Jake. You can go ahead and step off if you want now. So appreciate that.
Hey guys.
Jake's a rock star, so very cool stuff. Thank you so much, Jake, for that. And yeah, I mean it's been pretty awesome. To just see how this all works. So my partnership with Jake is, pretty unique in that we kind of joke around and say that he builds the castle, which is We Trade HQ. And then it's my job to be front facing and bring you guys to the castle to see what we got for you. So this is all designed to help you be a better trader. And, at the end of the day, it's free. So, it's whatever it is. You want it to be. You can use this, to help you grow as much as you want to. So it's pretty awesome. I think it's unique to this space. There's nobody on YouTube that has a platform like this. There's, and we're competing with some pretty high level platforms as well, that we think provides a little bit something different than a lot of the other ones do. So check it out if you guys like it. Awesome. If not, no harm done. It's just, it's there for you if you feel like you need it. So, cool stuff. So thanks. Looks like a couple of guys like it so far. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome stuff. I have gone down. That's right. Cool. So let's get to the stocks that we're watching, shall we? Let's get down to business. So, just want to show you guys, first couple of things that I'm going to be looking at is, LEGE. So we're going to be looking at penny stocks first. LEGE. Now this is one thing that Jake's been working on. So it's not there yet. It's very much in beta, but we are having filings showing up on the We Trade HQ as well. So I know my OTC folks, Jake has, I know you're probably like, ooh, this is fancy. So, but you can click on the 10K for LEGE, for example, and then it pulls up the SEC filing site. You can look up the recent filings, all that good stuff. And so as filings start to come in, they'll show up. Now, I have to say, this is still very much in beta. So there are some tickers out there that are left blank. So don't be discouraged. We're not rolling this update out as of yet for the masses, but it's there. If you guys see it there, cool. If you don't, just understand that this is still very much in development. But I'm watching LEGE. It's just been creeping up here. LEGE was on Stockwatch Sunday a couple of weeks ago because of this potential reverse merger by a very high profile CEO. Now, I'm pulling this up on the Nevada Secretary of State. If you guys watched my Friday video, we talked about how, the reverse merger process takes place. The CEO, don't ask me to pronounce his name. I'll just call him Mr. Liu. So Mr. Liu here is the new CEO of LEGE. I think there's going to be some more developments going on here, and we should see some nice movement from LEGE moving forward. As we've discussed before, Mr. Liu is the CEO of a very successful beverage company, more specifically in the wine industry. It's multi-million-dollar wine industry, or multi-million-dollar company that he runs. Not necessarily saying that this is what LEGE is, but the fact that he manages that and now has moved into this LEGE shell is interesting. Very interesting to see how this might develop. And I think we're still very much in the early stages. As you can see, Friday it moved up 40%. Now, would I suggest somebody buy something at the high of anything? No. Wait for some sort of pullback. It looks like it really kind of likes this support level around 2.7, kind of where it closed at yesterday. You can see on the 30-minute chart, it just spiked up, has a nice trend going on here. We can draw a nice little trend line. Again, this is another great feature that We Trade HQ provides you. We have integrated trading view charts, so it's been pretty cool. I can draw this nice trend here on LEGE. It's not a very nice trend that I'm drawing, but nevertheless, you can see that this is trending upwards over the last a couple months, really. It hasn't been all that liquid, so there's been some choppiness, obviously. But there's been plenty of opportunities to buy in some dips here, scale yourself in. We always talk about, specific strategies on how you handle penny stocks. It's completely different than how you would handle trading big board stocks. So if you guys are used to trading that sort of thing, this is a little bit different. It's a whole different ball game. Having said that, you can see how this is making a nice trend, especially since that new officers started moving in on LEGE. So this is one that I'm still very much long on and accumulating a position here. If I was not in LEGE already, what would I be doing? Well, I would be looking at this and looking for potential dip buys. So if this comes back down to perhaps the 2 cent range, if it comes back and bounces off of here, that would be definitely a good dip buy as long as it holds this trend. If it breaks out of that, then we obviously know that things aren't going right with this one, and look for either a better entry to see if maybe this reverses and comes back into this trend, or stay away from it until it decides to finally figure out what it's going to do. But having said that, I think that we'll see some new catalysts here very shortly. It's been pretty quiet since those new officers have moved in. So definitely one to keep on the radar, especially as volume has started to increase day after day on this. So definitely keep this in your back pocket. Watch it. It's not something that I'm telling you to just trade. Do your own due diligence, as I always tell everybody. But this is definitely one worth watching because of the amount of attention that it's getting. Next one is UNRG. Now, we talked about, I actually featured this on Friday's video. This has moved 5,000% since first calling out in my morning mentorship group. Thanks to Once Broke Mama for first bringing it to our attention and then being able to go further into it, due diligence wise. This has been a pretty awesome one so far. Amazing. There's no sound. Is there sound? Okay. You all scared me. Okay. All right. You're all scared. I hate it when people say no sound. It drives, I get super nervous. Okay, cool. But yeah, so UNRG ran 5,000% from August, from when we first discovered this. And so I actually told everybody on Friday when I was talking about UNRG, would I suggest getting into something that has run up 5,000%? And the overall answer would be no. I'm not going to tell somebody to just hop in on something that's run 5,000%. Having said that, it's interesting to note that it is consolidating here very nicely, between, this 38 42 cent range. It's been pretty erratic, pretty wild. And this is again on the 30-minute chart. So you can see how it's been a little bit all over the place, but it, acts like a typical penny stock. So, if you're looking to, accumulate a position, this might be a nice little area to do that in, but there's definitely areas where there's other areas of support that you could accumulate, wait for some sort of dip on this. Now, having said that, it appears as if the custodianship was granted for Grassroots, the custodian that was looking to take over UNRG. So this is another step in that process of a reverse merger. So it was, one of those things where, I think this could definitely continue to see new highs. If this goes to $1, that would be insane. I'm not saying that it's going to, but having the fact that the custodianship has gone through after hours on Friday, this could be a nice one for sure. So consider the risk. Consider the fact that it's gone up quite a bit since early August or late August. And then, make a decision from there. But it's definitely worth a watch. Again, this is another one of those ones where it's just got too much attention on it to not talk about it right now. So, oh my God, you guys are crazy. You guys are cracking me up. Blade Runner, I love you, man. All right, so next one is, I'm going to come back to RMSL. TCELL is another one. This is another one, like I was showing you the example here, is that I was going to the filings tab and it's not showing up. So this is, like I said, still very much in beta. But TCELL, always had this on the watch list since back in July. We've talked about it sporadically here and there on Stock Watch Sunday, but I'm bringing it back to the table because you go to OTC Markets, you pull up their filings, and they actually have them now. So they've been promising us that filings are coming. They're looking to get themselves current, and that's finally happening. So this has made some nice moves up. Now, I know this is trading at 0009. Here's one thing you need to understand. Anything that's in the trips, trading penny stocks is high risk, right? Always high risk, no matter what. Trading 000 stocks is even higher of a risk because there's not a whole lot of room to move. You buy something at 0005 cents per share, it moves down to 0004, you lost 20% already. So it doesn't take much for you to take a 50% loss on something like this. And so what I always try to tell people is listen, if you're trading something at 000 cents, 000 whatever cents per share, that's more or less a lotto type play. TCELL has been moving and generating this momentum for the last 4 or 5 months. It's gone from 0002 and all the way up to as high as 0014, has come back down and kind of settled in at 0009. And so the reason I think is because people were perhaps getting bored. It fell back into the trips. I'm riding on free shares at this point. So it's kind of, for me, it's kind of like one of those things where I just want to see where this goes. So the risk is out for me. I bought in at 0004. I sold half of my position at 0008. And now I'm just on free shares. So at this point, it's just another position in my portfolio to see where it might go. So holding on TCELL and waiting for those filings to show up. And sure enough, they did this week. And so what is TCELL? What are they doing? Well, this is Bitcoin related. And I've always told folks that if you're planning on trading a penny stock or any stock for that matter that's related to cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, just understand that if Bitcoin starts to become less relevant, so will that stock. And so people start selling it off. So, the price action of these stocks are completely dependent on how well Bitcoin is doing. But having said that, I think that TCELL has a lot of good things going on. And at this price point, it's kind of like, why not try to see where this goes? And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I said, I'm on free shares. But if you are not in a position on TCELL and you're looking to maybe see value in this, first of all, the share structure is incredible for this price point. And so looking at the share structure here, I don't imagine it's anywhere near this anymore because this is pretty outdated. But I would say it's probably, between, this number, right? I wouldn't say it's as high as 2 billion. I would say it's probably half that just based off of how it's been moving. One thing, if you're not used to trading these types of stocks is that something that has $1 billion in the float at this price point actually isn't bad. So this is a really good share structure. I think that we could see some more nice moves out of TCELL. If it gets back up above 0001, 0011, as these filings start coming through, I think that we could be on to something. We could see this move much higher, especially with the share structure being the way it is. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility to see 002 or 003 out of this. So keep that in mind. I think that this has brighter days ahead of it, and it's definitely worth a watch considering those filings that have just shown up. So that is the penny stocks that I'm watching. Moving forward on the big board stuff, Starbucks is one that I'm going to be watching to look to trade on a day trade, maybe a 1 or 2 day swing trade, because it's a nice cup and handle pattern here that's already forming on the 4-hour chart, and so it's reached this resistance level right here around $86. We've already seen highs all the way up to 98, and so this has kind of been bleeding down a little bit. I think that it's bounced off of this bottom support here at $83, and it looks as if the momentum's on the side of Starbucks to move back up. So I would be looking to try to trade this if it breaks up over 86, which is a pretty tough resistance. Breaks up over 86, gets into the $87 range. We could see this make a nice move to maybe $88, $90. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the plan for Starbucks for me is to potentially get in around $86 to $87 and then have this move up to maybe the $90 range and make a nice quick little flip there. Next is Roku. Let me check in with you guys first. See how everybody's doing. Yeah, don't forget the thumbs up. That's right. All right, awesome. Next one is Roku. So Roku is one that I've been watching. I've been trading for God knows how long. It's been trading pretty much all summer. It's been a great trader. And so we can see I drew this little zone here just to kind of show you the support here at 98. And then a resistance at around $111. It looked like it was trying to threaten $111 on Friday, got rejected, came back down here, but it's starting to form this trend off this bounce here from the support. So, and actually let me bring this down some. I'm gonna, so it's easier for you to see. So, well, that's a little too thin. There we go. So as you can see here, this is kind of following this trend line here. So I'm looking for some nice momentum off of Roku, but I'm probably going to wait on getting in on Roku until I see it break that 110 resistance. If it breaks 110, there's really nothing stopping it until it gets to about 119 or so, maybe even a little bit more than that. It could be made that maybe it has a chance to get into the 120s, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this breakout over 110 on Roku, so that's the plan for that this week. Tesla. Let me just talk about Tesla for a second. They came out with earnings earlier this week. I think everybody loves to hate Tesla. Wouldn't you say? They came out with earnings. They break records. They missed the mark from these analysts by 477 vehicles. Okay. I pulled up this article here, which was via WeTrade HQ, by the way. So if I went into WeTrade HQ, pulled up the news, all the news articles are there. So I pulled up the news on Tesla. And car deliveries came in at a record 97,000 units for the quarter, Tesla said Wednesday. That was below analyst estimates of 97,477 vehicles, according to IBES, data from Infinity. And then it tanks, like a lot. I mean, it gaps down. This is crazy. This is the 4-hour chart here. It came from 242 all the way down to 230. And this is just classic Tesla, right? Everybody's like, they missed it by less than 500 vehicles. Everybody's going to sell. This thing dumps off. Honestly, this is a BTFD situation for Tesla. I think that there's probably going to be some nice momentum off of Tesla here. I'm looking for it to hold this support around $230. It did come down to around 219 previously, and then bounced all the way back up to 240s. I'm looking for that kind of move again, and I think it'll happen. So this is one of those ones I'm looking for it to break out. Look for it to continue to break out here. It was showing some nice signs up over the $230 range, but I'm looking for it to continue to see that momentum. Tesla's always been a tricky one, so I'm going to watch this and see if there's a bullish move out of it. And look for it to maybe get in around. And if I get in a little bit late, I get in a little bit late. But maybe if it starts to move to 232 and 233, that could be a reasonable entry to see a nice move back up close to the 240. So that's what I'm looking for on Tesla. I'm not sure I'll get it, but this is kind of one of those ones that has a lot of risk to it. Obviously, look how choppy that chart is. It is all over the place. But it's crazy to me. You missed it by 477 and it tanks like that. Get out of here. But anyways, next one's going to be Alta. This is another great setup. Look at this perfect cup and handle. Huge gap down from a $300 range off of poor earnings back in the end of August. And we've been trading it ever since. When I say we, me in the morning mentorship or the Own the Chaos mentorship. And we've been trading it, watching it come down to this bottom support all the way down at 223. And it bounced right off of that. And you could have made day trade after day trade on this thing. You could have held this for a nice little swing. It's done nothing but go up since it bounced off of that bottom support at 223. And now we have this cup and handle pattern. So if we see a nice consolidation here, we could finally see a nice move up to close this gap. Now, I'm not saying it's going to close the gap all the way up to $323 where it once was, but I'm looking for a reasonable gap close. Maybe something up to around 285. If it goes crazy and it's feeling a little frisky, maybe it goes back up to 300. But I think a reasonable gap close will probably be around 286. And yeah, so I don't think it's going to happen in one particular day, but I'm going to be trading the momentum as this thing continues to trend up, as I think that it will. So, boom. Need 25 more likes. That's right. So I don't see anybody that's really asking about any particular. Hey, Mike Doc, good to see you, man. I've been seeing you float around in the comments, so good to have you here on a live stream. What about notification when there's filing for PR? Just looking through some of the questions here as I'm going through. Let me come back here. So somebody says, what about making a notification when there's a filing for PR or your stock? Yeah, that's a great suggestion. We'll definitely let Jake know. And yeah, I really don't see any other questions here. So this is awesome. PFMS, what's going on with that news on that guy? Good question, Decoy. So PFMS, if you guys aren't familiar, we've had that on previous Stock Watch Sundays. I'm not going to bore you with that yet again because I don't want to beat this dead horse. But having said that, just to answer your question, PFMS, what's going on with the news? We're just still waiting for filings. The thing is, I talked about on Friday's video about the reverse merger process, right? And Dave Lazar is the custodianship, portfolio manager, what do you want to call it? He's a custodian, takes over a lot of these custodianships. Dave Lazar has PFMS. And then he has the custodianship that's granted. And this has had an incredible move so far since we've gotten in on the 000, and this is all the way up to 004s. Some things are moving on this. The share structure has been updated on PFMS. Now we're just waiting for filings. And sometimes that can be a waiting game. Sometimes that requires a lot of patience. And so if that's not a lot of patience that you have and that you could feel like you could spend your money elsewhere, then don't buy PFMS. But that's the story right now. If you want to accumulate a position on that, I've told folks that between 003, 004 seems to be that nice little area of consolidation that it likes to live in. And I don't see it really coming down below that unless something crazy happens. And we saw that with the transfer agent typo on PFMS. But yeah, I would imagine that we see a filing from PFMS soon, just based off of the timeline here. So patience will probably be key. Looking forward to be a profitable week investing education. Good to see you, man. Yeah, me too. I'll take another typo. That's right, Joe. It will bounce back. Yeah, I think so too. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end it there. What a fantastic Stock Watch Sunday. And if you're newer, if this is your first one, I do this every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And if you like this, you want to see more stuff like this, again, give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you've never been here before. I certainly would appreciate it. And that's going to do it for me, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, I will see you all before the bell. So have a good one, guys. Take it easy.